break below 131 was not possible. Came close. Um, let's see here. Oh, oh, where's my zoom? Oh, right here. Right here. All right. So basically, what's going on is we made a support down here. I guess 131, 131, 300 is a very, very strong support. Um, looking at it from the 4-hour perspective, this was a support where price came down, bounced into it. Looks like it's kind of rejecting an area up over here around 131,770. So basically what we want to do is go to the 1 hour. 1 hour, oh, now we're ranging. We are in a 50 pip range. Awesome. Let's take a look at gold. And pre-markets. GDP had a good news over here. Oh, we got PPI later on. We got Fed chair speaking. Maybe the employment rate change. Let's see here.
I was about to say, don't look at gold. It's horrible.
Oh wow, yeah, gold is a write-off now.
I'm looking at US 30 right now on the 30-minute, expecting a clean move up almost to 24. That candle. We should be able to do something with that, with this candle right now. Up to this area here. Once we break past this, should be a clean move up. And pre-market data is positive, so it helps with the confluence.
Yeah, that would be a good test.
Yeah.
If it really affects it, because there's a resistance where it's at right now.
Yes, correct. So I'm waiting for this to be broken and then see if it pops.
How big would this move be? This is 160 points. We'll see. GJSL question mark. Not sure yet. GJ has decided it's going to range. It's ranging. Almost came close. 131. I think we're going to get it. We're going to get 131. It's going to come down and retest this low. It's probably going to, daily and 4, I might bounce around here, but then eventually it's going to come down to 131. This whole move, I think I caught maybe 30 pips out of it total. Got stopped out once. Man, if I had a 10 lot running from 132 180, and that got stopped out at break even. If that would have ran, would have been nice. Would you put stop loss on US 30 for that move? Obviously, there was going to be a stop loss. Every move has a stop loss. GJ30, let's take a look at this. Support created, buy above this area to that zone. This is excellent. I mean, the zones are drawn properly. This is a consolidation area. You've mapped this out. You've mapped this out to the left as well. You look further left, you have mapped that out as well. So this is actually very good zone work. Where would the stop loss be? We're not sure yet. It has to break above first. Yeah, we're not sure yet. It has to break there first. Right now, can't tell. What's this chart? This is potential buys if it creates support here to retest the high. Yeah, that could work. That could work. If it creates a support, because it's already created a high over here at 131,750. So if it starts creating a support, we could see a move up. So on the 1 hour, it may seem like it's ranging, but at the same time, this is a 50 pip range. So you can still catch moves in a 50 pip range. So let's say if you look on the 15 minute or 30 minute, actually let's take a look on the 15 minute. So if price is going to create support, let's say around 131,460, so this is essentially will be in a range of like a 30 pip range. So I think that would be a good trade. May want to wait for that. Edric, Euro New Zealand. I'm looking to take a buy. Is it better to take the buy when this candle closed bullish, or should I wait for the resistance to break? See, when you're taking a buy over here, um, your stop is going to be right down over here. So you're anticipating the volume in New York session to continue pushing price up and break up. So that's the risk you're taking. On the safer side, you're waiting for the resistance to break and then continue going up. So there are pros and cons for both moves. The cons for this one is you might get stopped out because it's gonna come and hit your stop at support. But the pro of that is that you will know exactly where your stop loss is. Let's say if price breaks above here and just continues going, then you may have missed the trade, or your stop would be too big. So that's something you have to keep in mind. The day Roger retires is the day Forrest dies. I don't know. I think I might kidnap first. Someone might kidnap me for being too open and honest. Support in GJ 131,600. No, I think it's coming down. I think if it's going to come down, it might form a support over here, because if you look at the structure on the 15 minute, I mean, the structure is very important, right? So you look at this. This was an area of consolidation. Whenever you have consolidation, consolidation has a resistance and consolidation has a support, you know. So this might come down and may form support over here somewhere and then continue going up to retest the high right here. So that's something I'm looking for. Let's see here. Waiting on 15 minutes to close. Support broken. Yeah, I don't like this trade idea at all. I don't like this trade idea at all, because if you would have sold, you would have sold right over here, not over here. I mean, I don't know. It's just approaching some sort of an area down here, so I think whenever price is falling, best practice is to never sell the fall, or whenever price is rallying, never buy the rally. Because when price is falling and you're trying to sell, there's a very high chance price might start retracing, like it might start making a lower high, or it might start making a resistance. So that's best practice. What I do is when price is falling, let's say this price is falling like this and I want to take a sell, I'm going to tell myself, no, my evil side over here is going to say, Raja, take the sell, take the sell. But my logical side here is going to say, no, 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 no. Wait for support to be formed and then take a buy. So I'm going to listen to that, because whenever price is falling, it's making a low. Especially in a downtrend. So what's going to happen is from the downtrend, it's going to make a low, and a low is formed when price starts retracing. When price starts moving up. Then you're like, okay, a low has been formed. Now there's a high probability that the low is going to get retested, right? And the only way low is going to get retested is because you're going to see a minor resistance forming, and you'll be like, okay, perfect. With candle confirmations, you're going to take a sell. In this case here, when price is falling like this after making a high, there's I could just wait and see that, hey, okay, maybe I want to wait for a price to create a support, because if a support is formed within this range, then there's a high chance price to come up to retest the high. So that's something. Those are like few things I wait for. Like, if I'm trying to sell, I'm trying to sell from a minor resistance or like a strong resistance. If I'm trying to buy, I'm trying to buy from a support. It's very, very important. Just like Warren Buffett says, buy low, sell high, right? If you're trying to buy low, like buy from support. Low key, low key, he trades support resistances on stocks. He's waiting for major company stocks to fall to a support, so he can take a buy, so that they can retest the highs. Makes sense because companies came down. What do you think? What do you think? What do I think of this? What do I think? I think this chart needs a little bit more information. This is some, I don't even know what this is. This is not analysis at all. This is some bad analysis. Um, yeah, so if you look at that chart and you look at this chart, look at this chart. Look at this chart and look at this chart. Two very different things. One is a 10, like when you go to nightclub, one is a 10 and one is a 1. This is a 1. So, I mean, the difference is astounding. So maybe you need to do some more work on your chart. Like people say, oh, Raja's a dick here. He doesn't appreciate charts. There's nothing to appreciate here. You haven't done any work. You just drawn like clean candle, clean candle, clean candle. I mean, so you're looking for the same candle here, but how? This is a clean chart. This tells you more. So, you gotta put in more work. Oh, let's take a look at this chart here. This is GJ 30 minute. If closes bullish, high probability to retest 131,800. If it breaks below, high probability to retest 131,300. Yeah, I think, yeah, it could make sense if it starts creating a support over here. I see that right here. So this is like a minor support you have. UJ 30 minute. Looking for a retest here for short opportunity, looking support line. Yeah, this could work too. I mean, you have a support way down over here. First target right over here. This is a 30-minute chart. Second target could be right over here at 106,800. I actually have the same analysis on UJ, especially when it starts breaking these lows over here. It could continue moving down. Possibility where support can be created. Yeah, nice. We're getting almost similar charts on GPJPY. So I think it's very important for this candle to close and see what happens. I mean, even if the 15-minute here starts breaking the high on the 15-minute, then that could possibly mean price may continue going up, right? So just waiting. I'm not a troll. I want to learn firsthand with you and Rakeel. Oh, what's this guy saying? We don't much look at GPCHF often. Could you please check this? This is break this high, break again, support. Yeah, this is good. You're looking for a support to be formed. I think you have a good idea here. You might want to see a support forming down over here, or even, I mean, yeah, you're right. Like it could form over here too to continue to go up. I think that's a very good idea. That's a great idea. So right now there's nothing so far. I mean, GBP is coming down. I don't want to sell it. Can't sell it. I think I think for me to sell JPY, it's going to be better to sell below 131, 220. Because if I sell it below 131, 220, I know there's a clean candle to the left and it's going to have an easier time coming down. And this is a very big range too. This is a 40 pip range. So I think that'll be a wonderful trade if it starts coming down. All right, US 30, waiting for support to be created, take buys. Wow, looks like people are catching up. They're catching up with the trade ideas here. It's perfect. And honestly, that's just the most simplest thing to do. You know, when price is trending up, you're buying supports, you're buying dips, and that's what dips are. You know, you wait for price to create support, and that's it. It's not hard. Either you can throw on a fib over there and a trend line, and you can throw some indicators there and really confuse yourself. But in all honesty, that trading is just really simple. You know, it's really simple. It's just gotta you just gotta be very what's the word? You gotta be very inept to do it. Yeah, inept. Yeah, it's a good word. Are you watching fundamentals that affect your trade daily? No, I don't. I don't look at fundamentals at all. I mean, I look at the general fundamentals, but I'm not going to look at fundamentals in a way to see how I can trade on the 30 minute or something like that. Waiting for this candle to go short. Yeah, looks good here. What do you think gold is waiting for to break out? It's been ranging for a month now. From what I understand is there's Fed chair speaking, so maybe it's going to break up there. Because whenever price is ranging, it's waiting for some high impact news. You know, sometimes the news is planned here, like you got core PPI, maybe it's going to break in PPI or it's going to break over here. Other than that, we have no idea because, you know, surprise news can happen. Someone can tweet, someone can move, someone can, you know, do anything. So those things really affect things which we don't know. Those are like surprise attacks. Gold ranging in the area, waiting for it to break. There was a fake out. It's good to wait for breakout, support, and retest. Yes, that's perfect. Yeah, still waiting for GJ over here. Um, what's this? Take a look here. Ooh, wrong chart. Yeah, I think if GJ can come down over here, that'll be good, provided that this daily candle doesn't go bearish. I mean, overall, I'd look for a bearish run for sure. But in the meantime, what's happening right now is might want to see a support forming for it to retest the high. I think that'll be a good idea. What's this? GU, 40 pip range. Awesome range would catch 10 to 20 pips of this. Waiting for support to take buys back to the new highs created. This is awesome. Nice. Very well labeled. These zones are drawn. Your idea is laid out perfectly. I like it. Waiting for entry. I think people have some very solid ideas on GPJPY. It's because I think when you're focused on one pair for a long time, you start to really identify like little things that's going to help you. So it's good. So yeah, nothing really. All I know is that the lockdowns has increased till June. That's not good. Let's take a look at the Chinese indicator here. Chinese indicator is saying everything is ranging. Interesting. Euro USD. Buy stop and stop loss to continue going up. Yeah, that makes sense. I think you can also you can also wait for the news too because there's news coming later on. So that'll be a good idea. Nice. Yeah, I really want to wait for this. Really gonna wait for this. I think this will be a good trade.
Good morning, good morning.
Hey, good morning, good morning.
How are we doing?
Good, how are you?
Mate, thank you. Good. Nice session this morning. It's good. A bit of ranging and stuff. A little fake out to the top side, but left to where we are now. And then
Yeah.
we took some buys back up to that level basically on the 30-minute. And that was about all we could get really.
Yeah, that was a pretty solid move too.
Yeah, that 30-minute. Yeah, that correction, that move down back up was a nice play because we kind of had a range just to the left basically until it broke out to the upside, and now we're kind of just coming back into it now. So yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I'm basically waiting for either a support to be formed here or a break below 131.250.
Yeah, that's what we were originally looking for until it started to create that support. Because I thought that's where we were actually going to break down. I put sell stops below that wick to the left, further down. Over there, just in case. But it never broke down enough. And then stayed in the range.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised it started falling yesterday.
You know what? I was talking to someone at the time, and it was about 9-10 o'clock UK time, and it started pushing down real solid, which is very strange. So we're like, oh, we'll have to see. And then that's what created the low. So, yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, because I was hoping it's going to start falling by London session, But yesterday, after London closed, it just started dumping. I was like, okay, let me get on that.
Oh, did you take some more? Oh, good one.
Yeah, I missed the initial drop from here, but then it started to hammer it down from 132, and then later on in the Asian session as well. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, it did move pretty solidly. But other than that, there wasn't much else going on in the world this morning. A lot of ranging. I don't know if anyone mentioned gold, but that's been awful. That's just You can't even. It's just tough.
Gold's bad. Gold's bad.
Yeah, I've lost. To be honest, what it's ranged. I mean, it's got huge range now, right, on the higher time frames. But then this kind of smaller consolidation, if it does break out this, it could go really well. I mean, I'm just
Yeah, we
keeping
just
an eye
need
on
a
it.
catalyst.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing that too, but I looked at it right away when I woke up this morning, hoping that there would be something, and there isn't.
Yeah, no. I mean, I was looking at buys with 10. If it goes buys, I mean, above 13 and above, really. I'm not really keen until that, but yeah, still needs to do something soon. Like you said, a bit of catalyst of some sort. We'll see. Did you have US 30 moves this morning? Was there anything to play with in London? Or were you up for that?
It looks like we're forming support right now, but we have a resistance level. We were just talking about that earlier.
Oh,
That
sorry.
if it does, yeah, no. If it does break, because just people don't
Oh, I
listen.
see.
On the hourly, there's a whole bunch of areas right over here.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So it's basically popping. So if we do break this, we have a clean move potentially with this up to this level here.
Very nice.
Yeah, the pre-market data is also supporting that, but I mean, we'll see what happens, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Interesting.
This move was called in my analysis video posted. Start looking for buys once price starts forming support. Nice. Looks good. Start breaking down. Take a look here. This is GU, clean candle, 30-minute above resistance expected for wick fill, closed. Oh, what? 30-minute closed above resistance, expected a wick fill. Closed and lost once the candle closed bearish. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, that's good. So you minimized your loss. So basically now you're waiting for a support to be formed. Hey, can you please check this, please? This has created a debate because of the different ideas of how to see the chart. Debate was about when a range gets invalid because of a candle higher than the range. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what's written here. I have no idea. But I think your idea was correct. This range is invalid because you have this clean candle moving down. Just that simple. So if this was a valid range, if price had to react to this range, this move down would have reacted to this range. But since it didn't, so now this move happens because of these clean candles to the left. Hope that makes you win the debate. But yeah, this is a bad trade here. You're trading in a range. There's clear resistance right over here. Very clear resistance right over here. So you might want to wait for this 1706 to break. I don't like this trade at all. Oh, wrong chart. Chokambaya sent a wrong chart. Hope I said your name correct. Chokambaya. Yeah, some kind of like maybe what I'm paper trading on US 30 is that once this candle starts to break the high of the previous candle, it should continue moving bullish. That's what I'm visualizing in my mind. Provided that the 1 hour is creating higher highs and higher lows, so it should continue moving. GJ on the other hand, the 1 hour closed bearish. It's coming down. It's coming down to this potential support on the 30-minute as well. Might be interesting here, right? Might be interesting because if we start breaking the high over here, then there's a higher chance for price to continue moving bullish. That's something I'm gonna look out for.
Hmm.
Um, Other than that, I'm gonna look out for the break of 131.250 to continue down.
Yeah, there's a nice range underneath that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh
we're
yeah.
looking under there. That's what to be honest, that's what I was hoping for continuation this morning, and it kind of stalled out, which was a shame. But yeah, it might come in New York.
So my areas to trade is going to be this one and this one.
Hmm.
This over here, I'm not gonna be interested to trade because price ranged here. So for there's a high probability for price to range here again. So that's something I'm gonna avoid. Because in these blue areas, you have higher chances of winning. Just put it that way. In the red area, the chances of winning a little less. Because there was range, and you don't know whether it's going to range there again. I mean, that's like Walmart. Like you go to Walmart, you're like, oh, there's going to be big lines at Walmart. Oh, let's not go to Walmart. Let's go to Whole Foods where there's going to be less lines, but the quality is going to be better. I don't know if that makes sense or not. It makes sense to me.
So that's a rich person shop.
Yeah, yeah. Whole Foods has typically expensive things. 30 minutes, 1 hour. Yeah, I think it's going to be good for it to wait to break the high over here. Either support formed in 30 minutes or the 15-minute breaking the high at 131.580. All right, Chunkum bias into chart. GJ, possible trading zone. Strong 4-hour resistance level, possible trading zone. Yeah, that's perfect. So you're being safe to break above this area. That's awesome. And you're looking for sells below this area here as well. I've basically broken down this range into two ranges. This one clean range and then one consolidating range, and then another clean range down here. So I'm looking to trade in this top range here or below 131.250. It's going to be a waiting game. All right. When you come into Lebanon? I'm never. I don't know. It's a very far-fetched question. I got to go to London first and then think about Lebanon. Waiting for resistance to be broken after current consolidation. Yeah, it's a good idea. Have to wait for resistance to be broken. This is like a video game. It's like a video game. Like now in this game, we're waiting for this candle to break the high over here so we can put a line right here. We'll put a line right here. And this line is going to be our buying line. Well, my buying line. And then from here, price will continue moving up. And we're gonna win. We're gonna get a score. A score is going to be like 10, 12, 13 pips. And then that's going to be the play of the day. I think that could also mean like a retracement from the move yesterday because the previous daily candle closed with no wick at the bottom. Yeah, I think that makes sense. In my mind, it makes a lot of sense. Where's my magic key? Right here.
I just reached for mine at exactly the same time. Because where that's come down to, that's kind of the previous 4-hour resistance, well, the bodies of the two previous candles as well. So might have an impact as well.
Yeah. So at 131, 580, 584, we should be good. What's this? Took a buy stop. Took a buy stop with small risk during London session anticipated for a push up. Okay. Anyways, could have made that better. Yeah, I think you could have waited for this candle to close above. That would have been much better. Because you see, like the problem with buy stops, I think when you're new or when you're trying to like, maybe like, get some sort of um, trades in, I think it's better to wait for first candles closing because using buy stops and sell stops, it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of experience, I'd say. Because with buy stops and sell stops, you're expecting price to continue moving up, but then there are a lot of times where your buy stops and sell stops, they might get activated by just candles making wicks through the zones and then candles pulling back inside, so then eventually taking you into a drawdown. So that's one thing. My thoughts after the loss was that I should have waited for the close. Yeah, see, that's a good thought right there. Should have waited for the candle to close. But candle kept moving, so that was the problem. $560 would have been a good area for sells. Okay, makes sense. My favorite time frame to trade is a 30-minute. 30-minute confirmations, man, it's the best. 30-minute, you can get the best conversations. I think the markets are crazy this week. I think they're pretty good. I've had a pretty solid week. I had 2 losses yesterday. Other than that, it's whatever. Ooh, first time sender. Someone sent a first time chart. GJ, buy here, TP here, stop loss area. Looks good, looks good, looks good. So you have to wait for confirmation just now. Ooh, US30 is coming down. CETA has to break that high.
Yep. I think this is almost like a range now. It does those weird things where maybe it holds here and then it starts to push up. This was the last 30-minute candle, right? So it's really weird how it pulled all the way back that way. That's why, I mean, it's so hard. Like, that's the reason why I won't take a trade unless we break above here, because this means nothing a lot of times with US30. It'll just pop down. But then you can't take a sell, right? Because this doesn't give me any confirmation either. So it's, I don't know what those things are. I don't know why it moves like that because I haven't traded it enough. So that's why I'm watching these nuances.
Yeah, I guess like the way I've been watching it, it's pretty difficult. It's not easy.
It's not, no.
Like I've been watching it for about a month now and haven't really come up with a solid idea to trade it. Like yesterday was really easy the way it formed.
Yeah, it's very, very tough because the 5-minute candles can move so hard. It's very, very difficult to figure out, you know, that particular range or what it's trying to do.
Hey, I sometimes have trouble marking out important zones. For example, GJ, would 131,400 be considered an important level because of price bounce off it recently? 131,400 on which time frame? I think you need to send a chart, Gaurav. If people have problem marking up their zones, it's because we don't see enough of your charts. Because if someone sees your charts, they'll know exactly what the problem is. You know, someone says, "Oh man, you know, like I can't mark support resistance. Can you help me?" I'll just say send a chart. Because when I see your chart, then I'm gonna know, like, you know, where the issue is. Like, you know, when you go to a doctor and you say, "Hey, I have a pain in my body," the doctor says, "Where?" "Oh, I don't know. I just have a pain." You know, so you need to just tell the doctor where exactly the pain is. So this is like Forex doctor right here. You know, you send a chart, we're like, oh, okay, this is where the issue is. You know, like some people have issues with labeling charts. They can't label charts nicely. You know, so yeah, this is the Forex clinic. Because here I don't see anything at like 131 400. I see one at 131 270-ish area over here, and another one at 131 460-ish. So maybe there's something you see on 400. It's pretty hard to see. Where to learn how to draw on charts? Yeah, I mean, babypips.com is a great idea. Alex raised his hand. Let's take a look here. Can't seem to send charts here, but will work on Monty's stream. Oh, I don't know. No idea why. It should work. It's the same.
Yeah, just the same.
For your support in GJ 15 minute, why do you draw it more so on the wicks than the candles itself? Because this is where it is. I mean, there's nothing else. I mean, you had a resistance here, but these candles have no wicks, and there's a wick over here, and there's a support right over here, so it makes sense. It's very subjective. You know, just like right over here. Right here, I can have it up over here, but I'm including this area to the left as well because it makes sense. That makes sense on the 30 minute. You know, because this whole entire area is like a zone. So you can maybe make it a little bit more wider, narrow, that's all up to you. But I keep it a little bit narrower so that it's kind of like precise. You know, so when candles start coming down, I might want to do it like this and wait for a candle to close below this area to take a sell. But for now, since we're up over here, I'm not going to worry about this. I'm just going to have it there as a visual reference. Right now, I'm just focused on what I can do in this instance. I'm not worried about a zone, how it's drawn here or there. I'm just thinking, okay, if this breaks the high here, I'm taking a buy to continue going up. But I'm looking for sells once price gets closer to 131 300, and then I'm going to start looking at this area right over here to see, okay, how can I grab it? Because if we don't break this high, and if price just starts ranging like, you know, right over here, then I know this is, I'm not even interested in any trades because, you know, price is just going to start ranging in this area. My interest lies with the break of the 15-minute candle, which is coming soon. Can you talk about having thick skin versus stupidity marrying trades? Yeah, just have a thick skin. I mean, I don't know. See now, this 15-minute candle closed bullish, right? It closed bullish over here. Now the 15, if this was a 30-minute candle, I would have taken a buy 100%. But this is a 15-minute candle, so this is a weak confirmation candle. Taking a buy over here, I think it'll be a little bit risky because weak confirmations, you know, so might want to wait for the 30-minute to close, or might also want to wait for 15-minute to break above, you know, 131 580. Because if we break above 131 580, then yeah, it's gonna be like a good stop, like 8 9 pip stop, and then continuation all the way up. I think that'll be good. So far I'm just waiting here. But if this was a 30-minute, I would be in this trade like right now. But it's not. It's a 15-minute. Looking for support to form and take buys above. Perfect. Ooh, Monty blessed us with his chart work.
Yeah, basically that's how we're looking at, that's how we're viewing it this morning with that first fake out, and then we've just had a similar kind of thing. Now we're looking like we're kind of getting the support now, which will be nice. That means we're at the top half of that lower range, which is good. It gives us that option. We're looking at the same kind of stuff, so it's nice to see.
Yeah, I think it'll be a pretty good move if it breaks above there and I can take a buy.
That'll also be the third attempt to try and break that level as well, which would be pretty nice, because if we do get momentum to push through, then we've got a lot of upside past that as well.
Yeah.
Which is nice to think.
So the people who took buys on 15-minute, you're probably wondering, oh man, should have waited, because 15-minute is a weak confirmation time frame. You have to wait. I know people are in buys right now. 100% guarantee. I guarantee you that.
It's always a tough one with 15-minute. It sometimes looks really good. I would have only entered that if that had exceeded the previous candle.
Yeah, that's true. Me too. That's the only reason I would have entered.
It's a little bit lower to the left. I mean, we had exactly the same kind of thing, I think.
Yeah.
Where was it? Yeah, basically that one. Yeah.
You have buy stops up now at 131,800. No. I'm going to enter a market order. It's going to be a market order at 131,580. I'm going to enter a market order. Would you consider two 15-minute candles as confirmation if the later half of the bearish 30-minute candle, new 15-minute candle close both bullish? Yes. Yes, that's what I would do. I'm basically going to wait for it to break above 131,580 to execute a buy and then continue moving up. Or I'm going to see if the 30-minute candle closes bullish to take a buy to continue going up. That's going to be my buying bias. So in this area, I'm going to have a buying bias. Here, I'm going to have no trade. Below this area, I'm going to have a selling bias because there's a much better range here. See here, there's clean traffic to the left, clean candles, so it's going to have a much easier time going down. Something I'm waiting for. Do you use confirmation in 4-hour charts for the trend in 30-minute? Yeah, I mean the 4-hour is okay. The only thing you can tell about the 4-hour is like it broke the high of the previous 4-hour, it respected the low. So, I mean, if this is just a retracement for it to continue going up with the New York Open, then it should be creating a support at this area, you know, for it to continue going up. So that's something I have to wait for. There's a lot of waiting here. I find it hard sometimes to differentiate between the range creating support. Yeah, that's the trick, right? Gaurav, I can't open charts if you send them in the question. You have to send them in the chat box. Let's take a look at this chart. GU support established, candle close. Yeah, I think this is good. This is a great idea. If you have a support established on the 30-minute, you could see a move going up. That's good. I was talking about these rejections mostly. Oh, okay. Yeah, on the 30-minute. Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense on the 30-minute. So basically, all what I did was I kind of went to the smaller time frames and I drew it based off of that. But that's also correct. Around here, we're looking for buys. Yeah, it looks good. So the thing is, it may start forming support here as well. You know, at this at this area over here. It may start forming support here as well. So that's something you need to keep in mind. Looks like we're about to break up above 131,580. Could be a beautiful move. Someone has a sell on GJ. Interesting. Oh, activated. Got in buys over here. Looks like we're going to continue up to retest the highs now.
Let's hope so.
Spreads activated my buy stop. Oh, that's good. I think that's good. That's what you wanted, right? Remember yesterday I told you that it was a sell in GJ, and today I can see sell check chart. Yeah, that's good. I mean, at the time we were waiting, right? Like I had a zone drawn when it would break it and continue down. Would you wait for this candle to close first? Wow. Someone asked, would I wait for this candle to close to enter? I just don't know how to answer that. Like,
Rewind 10 minutes.
I just can we go back in time?
Yeah, maybe.
Can we go back in time and repeat the things I said like 10 times?
It'd be awesome if you could replay entries, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Just come back and actually, I know I'm going to enter now.
For the last half hour, I've been saying break above 131,580, break above 131,580.
Sent a chat with the same thing.
It's just, I just don't know anymore, man.
Yep.
Okay, you should record. Yeah, I should just record myself saying things on the phone. And I know when you trade you use fixed percentage, but in terms of pips, what is the maximum sort of pip range? Yeah, I think maximum sort of pip range you'd be happy with as a stop loss on a trade. So this stop I have is like around 8 pip. I have 8 pip stop. And my target is around 12, 13 pips going all the way up here. The 30-minute is about to close bullish. It's closing bullish, so the next one has a higher probability to continue going up. So I think this is a good trade here. Like if you manage your risk. 30-minute broke the high too. Yes, so it's good. Probably gonna leave this open. If I see 15-minute candles closing bearish, then I'm gonna close 50% off my position to reduce the risk. What circumstances would you be cutting your trade immediately? Yeah, when the 15-minute starts closing bearish, I'm gonna start closing out percentage of the positions. I have a 10 lot running, so I'm risking around $800 to make around 1,200. So if it starts closing bearish, I'll close 50%. So instead of losing 800, I lose maybe like 600, $550, $600, because it's very important to, because that's how you reduce your risk. The whole game about trading is reducing risk. That's it. We don't control the outcome. If it goes up, perfect, we had a good trade. But if it comes down, how are you lowering your risk? How are you managing risk? That's very important. How much did you make in this trade? So far, it's running pretty good so far. So let's just wait and see what happens. Looks like US 30 is also trying to.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's doing that thing that we just talked about earlier.
Yeah. It's
Got to break a little higher though.
Maybe this area, just above this area.
Yeah, I would look at that. I would look to see probably the next half hour where the next half hour candle finishes, like, or it starts. If it starts over here and then does one of those, it's just very finicky, right? Like it'll drop like 6-7 points in a 5-minute candle, and that just wipes this whole thing out.
That candle to the left, that's so attractive.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, if we can break this is the key. Like, you wait for this to break, you have like massive gains, and they're easy gains too.
Just a matter of timing, I think.
Matter of timing, mate.
Yes, mate.
Oh, nice one. There we go. Securing 10 pips over here. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, it's just perfect.
Perfect,
Well
perfect
done.
trade.
Well
Oh,
done.
target hit. Ladies and
Easy
gentlemen. Easy gains.
Easy gain.
Yeah, stops at break even and we're good. We're done for the day. So,
Yeah.
people on YouTube, if you guys took this trade and you guys made money, and just give a like on the stream, because we want more people to make money for free, right?
Better go like the streaming.
Money was giving out free today.
Yeah, man.
Free money. Yeah, it's made around, what's this? $1,900.
Not a bad. How long's that been? 8 minutes?
This trade took 5, I don't know, yeah, like 5 minutes.
Yeah, not bad work, mate.
Let's
Not a bad
count.
stimulus check.
Yes, this took like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes.
Yeah, very well done.
I think this was an excellent move.
I think it's excellent to wait for that right moment.
Yes.
That was the key. Instead of jumping in too early, and yeah,
I think that
very
was
very good.
Can you explain why you had a pending at 580? Yeah, because I wanted this 15-minute to not only break this high over here, but to break the bearish candle's high as well. My pendings actually got executed at 131.590. They got executed like a pip later on, a pip late. Got slipped. And the stop loss was, like 8 pips, and TP was like, well, you can see how TP was. TP was 13 pips. That's pretty good. A little more than 1-to-1 risk reward.
I wonder if we're going to break that level.
Yeah, if we break that level, man, this is going to be like a big correction then if you break above 131.740.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we were going to break that this morning. We didn't quite. We tried twice, but so I was looking at like 32.250-ish potentially. But we'll see. Seems a long way off yet, but we'll get through it yet.
How many trades you opened? I opened two positions. When you secure pips and then move your stops to break even, you're closing a lot of your positions and attempting to catch extra pips. If it hits your break even, will that take away your profit and just have you zeroed out? No. Basically, at this point, I closed everything. Because we reached a very strong resistance here, I closed everything. This is just so that if you have a runner running. So let's say if I have, let's say, a one lot open. I open a one lot buy. I'm securing 80%. I'm securing 80%. I'm securing zero point 0.8 lots, and I'm letting a 0.2 lot run. So if price comes back down and stops me out of break even, then I'm basically, I just make what I secured at like the 0.8. I make nothing on a 0.2 because it stops you out at break even. I think I'm invisible to Raja. No, you're not. There are a lot of people sending messages. So I think that was a very good trade. So we had trade 1, GJ buys. Considering pre-ordering magic keys, does it have the ability to auto close a percentage of? Yes, it can close. It can auto close. It can auto close, partial close. It can close and bring your stops to break even too. Like let's say if you had so there's a function called partial TP, right? There's a function called partial TP. When that is pressed, you basically put a line over here, and what price is going to do is that when price comes up to that line, it will automatically close a percentage position you want to close, and it will automatically bring your stops to break even once that's done. So it's like a combo move, like boom boom, like quick time. I think it's pretty good. I'll be right back.
Yeah, if you're watching US 30, looks like we're approaching opportunities above 28.39. There might be potentials to move up. The only thing is on the 30-minute, we may encounter a little bit of difficulty, so just be aware. But looks like support was created right now on the 30-minute. Why would you take this additional position? Well, I mean, once again, when we look at trading and you build out your plan, usually what you want to try and do is maximize your idea. So when you have an idea, if your plan is to take two positions and have one with a smaller target and one with a runner, that will help you then to maximize your profit. So instead of opening up a single position, maybe you open up two positions, which are half of the original risk that you're doing. So if you're opening up one single lot, maybe you open up two half lots, and that allows you then to allow a runner to move up. So in case this trade continues, you now have an additional amount of funds to make without having additional risk. I mean, a lot of these ideas and a lot of what's discussed here is based on what is the comfort level for the trader. So a lot of people ask these, why do you do this? Could I do this? Does this work? Can I do that? A lot of those ideas can be easily tested, and you can figure out for yourself if that makes sense. Because what if Raja only takes 2 trades and you want to take 4? Is that wrong? No, it's not wrong. It's what is your comfort level? Raja's trading according to his comfort level. You're trying to copy. You can't do that. You have to take elements of what he does and see if they work for what you're doing, and then adjust them based on that information. The stream here is a service which is free for you to evaluate what is happening and seeing if that makes sense for you. If it doesn't make sense for you, there's no point of asking multiple conditions about that idea. If it doesn't make sense, it just doesn't make sense. You have to work with things that make sense within your own logic, because that's where your comfort's going to lie when you're trading. Because Raja took GJ trade, I didn't take GJ trade. I was watching US 30, I was watching other pairs. That doesn't mean what he did was wrong. It just means it wasn't what I was comfortable doing. You have to get to your comfort level, and that only comes with experience and executing as many trades as you can to learn from those opportunities and figuring out what makes sense for you and what doesn't make sense for you. The would've, should've, could've doesn't apply here. This is very, very subjective. You can do anything you want. You want to take 100 trades right now? You can. But once again, you have to look at overall idea, the probability. Does it make sense for someone to take 100 trades? Probably not, because the chances of you winning all 100 is very, very slim in a single day. So what are we trying to do? Maybe lower the amount of exposure we have to the market. But hey, if you want to take 100 trades, nobody's stopping you. Nobody's stopping you from over trading. Nobody's stopping you from trading 6 pairs. Nobody's stopping you from doing that. What the idea is behind this stream is giving you an optimal approach that has worked for this individual trader. So you can take elements of that approach and say, hey, I like the fact that he only trades 1 pair because I find that I get confused looking at 4 pairs. It doesn't mean you can't look at 4 pairs. You can look at 20 pairs. It doesn't matter how much you want to look at, but what is your success rate doing those ideas, and how much information do you have to support what you are doing to make sure that it's correct? And this is something that people have to get used to doing. You have to get used to actually just executing and seeing, hey, that made sense, or that didn't work, and then going back and testing why it didn't work. Think about an F1 race or a NASCAR race or any sort of road racing with a car. Everybody pretty much has the same cars. You all have to change different elements of the car to drive it for your comfort level. That's why each individual driver has different driver settings, but they still have 4 wheels. They still have an engine, but some tires, the air pressure is soft, right? You drop the air pressure because you want softer tires. Some people want tougher tires, so they increase the air pressure. It's things like that. You have to really just put that all together and say, hey, this is my comfort level. Raja takes 1 trade a day, I can take 10. Congratulations. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. But if you're taking 10 trades and you're failing, then maybe we have to take a step back and say, well, why are we failing taking 10 trades? Maybe it doesn't make sense to take 10 trades. This is where you have to use judgment, and this is where you have to really get used to the idea of, hey, this is going to help me. This stream is here for education. I can get feedback, but at the end of the day, I have to make decisions. I can't sit here and say, well, should I trade GJ? Yes. Should I trade on the 15-minute candle? Yes. Should I wait for break and retest? Yes. Should I take 10 pips? Yes. Like, you can't do that. There's no set rule that will always be 100% secure. Sometimes you take 5 pips. Sometimes you take 40 pips. Sometimes you take 6 pips. Like, it's all over the place. But the ideas behind how you apply your knowledge should be relatively the same. hey, I noticed on the 5-minute chart, there's a support creating. Okay, well, what do I know about 5-minute charts? 5-minute charts are weaker confirmations, but I see on the hourly, 15-minute, and 4-hour that we're going bullish. It might be a safe trade for me to take on the 5-minute. Whoops, where are we in the session? Okay, we're coming too close to the New York Open, so maybe I have to wait a bit to see where that moves. Like, these are things that you just have to keep applying knowledge. It's a true and false statement. It's almost like programming. You know, if I do this, then this will happen. If this happens and this happens, I will do this. Like, you have to get used to that logical progression and that critical thinking. It will really, really help you just to keep applying your knowledge into different scenarios, right? You sit and play Call of Duty, you know that there's certain spots on the map that are going to be tougher than others. So you have to realize, okay, if I'm moving into this area, what do I have to be aware of? You know, not, well, I'm running in the wide open, I can just keep running. You're not in the wide open, you can't run anymore. Does it mean that you shouldn't play in that area? No, it just means you have to be aware of what you're doing and you have to execute. Nobody can tell you to execute. Nobody can tell you to do this or do that. It's up to you to determine your set of rules. Here is just the base to get some knowledge, to get some information, and see what works for you. There's people that hate this stream. There's people that love this stream. There's nothing wrong with both opinions. The idea is get something out of it that can change your idea on how you implement your trades. I hate the way Raja trades. I'm never doing that. Okay, perfect. You've learned something that you don't want to do. Now go off and do something different. I like what Raja does. I want to learn more. Okay, so you watch more streams. That is the way that you learn, and that is the way that you will experience the charts and get better as a trader.
Yeah, you know, like those things really are really, I wouldn't say annoying, but it's kind of like when something has happened and you say that, okay, what if this, what if that? The thing is, it didn't happen. Wow, look at that. Still running. It's gonna exit my screen over here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful trade. I was watching on 30-minute. It looks strong. It looks
Come
like
on.
resistance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
super
it's real
strong.
good effort.
Wow.
So
This
if we
was
break this now, it'd be nice.
this is a trade for the day. You guys have probably caught like 20 pips
Yeah, boy.
with the runner.
Yeah. Sadly,
Yeah,
I
boy.
didn't get this move on London.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, it's a good double trade for this morning for me. Which is cool.
Why can we never see Ted and just hear him? Because Ted doesn't have a webcam because Ted doesn't trust the internet.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, it just makes it easy. Social distancing.
Social distance.
Is there anything we need to do once we signed up for it? Yeah, so you're gonna get confirmations and all information is there. This. Ooh, someone completed the EST Mon challenge. Perfect.
Right.
Perfect. Yeah, man, they never responded to me. They never responded. I mean, they sent me a message. I replied back. I invited them to the stream very respectfully. They kept me on scene. And then, like, you know, I need a 3 days notice to get a guest on. And I sent them another message that, hey guys, like, just say no, you know, just respectfully decline. And they kept me on scene again. I think they know that we're smarter than the average Joe, and we're going to ask questions which might be a little controversial questions, which the answers might not be simple. So maybe they're avoiding that discussion. I mean, it's legitimate. Because when people ask me, hey, you know, if FTMO is legit, I can't say that because I have my own questions. You know, I have my own questions, my concerns. I mean, if I was in my 20s, I had no money, I had like 400 to my name, then I'll say, oh yeah, no, FTMO is amazing, they're giving me money. But anyway, that's for a later discussion.
We got plenty of time for that.
Yeah, I got plenty of time. But man, this was a trade, man. Wow, so
Beautiful.
nice. Good thing I didn't wait for the 30-minute to close. Otherwise, it would have been a huge stop. Wow, look at that. It would have been a 17 pip stop.
No, we timed that very well.
Yeah, I timed it extremely well. I was hoping that the 15 was going to close right over here, and then the next one is going to go up. But I guess this one.
Yeah. like I said, the difference there would have been if that 15, the lowest one, had closed above the previous. And then I probably would have entered just off that. But then I kind of had to manipulate it a little bit, right? Or manufacture it. Worked out nice.
I seriously think you have no proof that FTMO is a scam. Well, there's no proof that they're not a scam.
That's the key.
So we're just trying to validate some things that were put on the internet and some factual information that they've provided to us. That's what I think people have to understand. US 30 is moving to where it needs to move.
Let's take a look here. Ooh,
GJ's going as well. Sorry, my bad.
no, it's good. Everything's moving according to plan.
Yep.
I'd like to see what happens with this. How this moves quick or not. That'd be interesting.
Ooh, someone donated $5. Who's this? Shabir Pradhan. Perfect. I think Shabir Pradhan made some money today. I am new. Should I go for signals? Well, we had this.
GG.
Yeah.
Yo.
Beautiful, man.
Oh,
Wow, what a move.
I'm very excited right now.
Wow. If people have runners running, man, you guys are golden right now.
I literally, I only closed half. So I've done all right there.
I have 2 runners.
All right, now you show off.
Yeah.
Nice work, dude.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
How are you looking, Cohen? Higher time frame target? Were you looking like 132.3?
What high time?
Yeah, well, the higher time frames, I'm looking for 132.05.
Okay, yeah, I see. Yep. That's kind of where I was looking.
What a move here.
I wish I ain't closed half.
That 30-minute kind of looks beautiful, man. It's the best.
Yeah. Just blasted right through that resistance.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Off topic, but do you guys believe aliens? I don't know. They probably do, they probably don't. Ooh, Ambidex donated $10. I appreciate you guys all the from Miami. I'm out early, up 3%. Beautiful,
Man.
perfect.
Nice work.
Yeah, Ambidex was one of the students there for the Miami boot camp.
Oh, real good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Must have got some good learning done. That's good.
Wow, just GG is like a train.
I'm really excited, man.
Yeah.
I've closed one of the runners. I'm going to let just one running. Let's see.
Yeah, no, it's been greedy.
Stop loss is 131.700.
I might close half again.
Yeah.
It's kind of at a little level that I had looked at earlier, which caused a little bit of grief, but yeah.
Wow, so GJ is moving bullish and US 30 is moving bullish as well.
Yep.
There's no correlation between them. I think it's just a game of chance.
Well, the U.S. equity markets are now pushing. There's a lot of positive news coming in.
Wow, look at that 4 hour. We were right. It broke the high. Maybe just retracing to continue up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Basically that 4-hour candle is my mirror candle. That's why my take profits is over there.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I was playing it.
I think first 132. Is that what you said?
Yeah, 132.05.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
132
Too flat.
around there. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
looks
sensible.
good.
mean, just looking at the 4 hour, once we got past that 850 something, I think it is, on the lower time frames, it made a lot of sense.
Very sensible people in the stream today.
Well, indeed. What's the cheaper thing?
US 30 gold GJ all bullish momentum. Oh wow, US 30 is moving nice. See, it broke the high over there and now it's continuing.
I'm in on that, just like I said I would be. Now I'm worried that I'm going to get stopped out, but we'll see what happens. I hate trading US 30 without a stop. I just put a stop in right away.
It's got me real quick. Yeah.
Otherwise you just get hammered.
All right, let's take a look at this. Waiting for support. Oh, nice. So you took this trade. It's pretty good. I think this was an excellent confirmation here when the 30-minute closed bullish. We talked about this. I mean, it was just beautiful. See, this setup was perfect. I mean, price created a high. It needed to create support with some confirmation. It should go up, and I put more risk on this trade because this was something I trade every day, and it worked out beautifully. Guys, can you see my CM? Yes. You can see your CM. Charlene has a question. Let's take a look here. Ooh, wrong chart, Charlene. It's the wrong chart. What you need to do is click on this camera button on your trading view, and it's going to give you this thing, and then you got to copy it, and then you have to send that code. See, we pasted it here. You just need to send this code here. Charlene, I think it's going to be better for you to come in the Zoom because, I mean, it just makes much more sense. You come on the Zoom, you send the link here, and it's easy. Just I don't even know why you're in the YouTube. YouTube is like a faraway planet. Zoom is like you're just in the neighborhood. That's true. YouTube is a far, far away place.
Yeah, YouTube's a back alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
part of market fluidity or Forex family, you shouldn't be in the back alley waiting to get in the club. You should be already in the VIP section.
Yeah, you should be at the table.
Table service, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you go to the New York channel in Slack, you'll see the Zoom link there.
So YouTube is basically a gulag.
Yeah, YouTube's a go like, yeah.
You fight to get heard.
Yeah, that's the
You fight to get
Yeah. So, Raja, I sent a chart. Did you get it? No.
Someone's spamming the chat.
All right, let's take a look at this. This is GJ. Was this resistance important to take note of in the trade you took? Nope. Or would this be, yes, this was important, this was not important? Because candles always look left, and candles always see that, okay, how can we do the same things the candles did to the left? So we had candles coming down easy over here, and then we had candles going up the same way they came down. So all this to the left doesn't matter. And if you watch the streams, we said that this is going to be an area to trade. This will be no trade. Oh wow, look at that, it's still running.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yo, I'm glad I was looking at my phone.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Man, runners should...
You keep adding targets.
Every single time, every time I close half, it goes further. It's like, you know what? I'll just keep hold of it now.
Man, your runners should be up like 30 pips by now.
Yeah, standard.
That ends.
Standard.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Wow.
cleared in about 20 more minutes.
Basically, yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah, 36. It's all on the gram.
It's all for the gram.
All for the gram, baby.
Did you take GJ cells earlier on? If you do so, explain your trade. Yeah, that was in the Asian session last night, if you look at the time. I have a win rate of 81.6%, but my biggest problem is holding a trade. I always close at 6 to 9, and the trade keeps going. Yeah, just leave a runner running, basically, that's it. If you leave a runner, you're going to have a good time. If you don't leave a runner, you will be stuck like that. You're New Zealand. Bearish, aim to grab as much as I can. Your sells are over here. You're looking for price to continue moving down. That's perfect. Now you just got to manage your trade. You have to manage your risk. You have to manage your potential profit. So it's good. Do you think entry on this candle would have been a good idea? This candle? No, because I was sleeping at that time. Is a bit meh, but in terms of price action, no, because this candle closed with no wick at the top. So when a candle closes with no wick at the top, this means there's not enough range for the next candle to go up. It closed with no wick at the top.
For anybody who took this trade, secure positions, run the stop loss at break even or some pips in profit, and just let it ride. It's gonna be fun. Expecting the next hour continue pushing to 132 flat to 32.10. So you may have some sort of pullback. So positions.
I've left my run at entry actually, so
Okay.
yeah, it's only 25%, so it's not too much. I mean, it exceeded the target I was aiming for, to be fair, so I've done better than I expected. So
All right.
Good.
Here's a chart. Isn't this considered a range? Weren't we supposed to wait for break and retest and form support? No, because we're looking at most recent price action, right? The most recent price action was that price created a resistance here, right? So we had a move up, price created a resistance here we talked about, and then price was coming down. Now price was coming down, so we're following what the candles are doing. Price was coming down, and then price started forming support, right? So what we learned is that when price makes a high, comes down, creates a support, there's a very high chance price will continue up to retest the high. That's what we know. And then once price, so now the idea was that, okay, if price starts moving bullish, right? If price starts moving bullish and we don't have this information to the left. So what we have is information right over here. Oh, fucking black pen here. We have information right over here. We have information right over here. So now you start thinking that, okay, maybe these areas may be of interest, so we might want to be careful at this area. But the answer is no. The reason why is because if these areas were important, when candles were moving down right over here, these candles should have reacted to those areas, but they didn't react to those areas because that area, now you can say, well, they didn't react to those areas because maybe that area wasn't important enough. Maybe that wasn't enough, strong enough area for these candles to react. Right, so these candles now, the way it came down, they came down really easy, right? We saw that. And then now once you start visualizing that, okay, maybe now if price is going to continue going up, will it react to this area? The answer is no, because it's going to react to these easy candles here to the left. So it's going to have a much easier time continue to go up because candles mirror each other. In the same way, let me just remove all this. In the same way, like let's say if price would have came down over here, if price would have came down in this range, then you'd have said, okay, well, if you look left, candles were ranging. So there's a high chance price might start ranging here. So this is where I wouldn't want to trade, right? I want to trade when there are clean candles to the left. So this was clean candles here to the left, which were these candles here. So candles mirror each other. So now when you have your basic idea, basic visualization, that okay, now candles will mirror the candles to the left, and now you start planning your stop loss. Now you start planning that, okay, if I'm going to take this buy, where's my stop losses going to be? So that's what I said. Okay, once price breaks above this area, I'll place my stops. We all know we place stops below. Like people who are in like the Forex family and market fluidity, that we place stops down over here, and we know the reasons why. And then that was it. Either it came down and hit your stop, or it went up because there were clean candles here to the left. So then you ask yourself, okay, if we break above this high, what's the probability that price will continue moving bullish? That's it. That's all what you ask yourself. And if you say, okay, yeah, there's a higher probability, that's it. That's you put a full stop right there, you execute the trade, and you let it play out. But if you say there's a higher probability, but when you say but, then you're not confident enough. Then you can't execute a trade. That's the thing. I hope this makes sense. So like, if people remove the word but from their vocabulary when you're looking to execute trades, you're gonna have a much easier time taking a trade. Because I do it every day here, and I never say but. I always say it's gonna go up. If it comes down, hits my stop, I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever, I tried. Like yesterday. Yesterday I took a buy. I never said I'm taking a buy, but I said no, I'm taking a buy. And it comes and hit my stop loss. I'm like, okay, whatever. This morning, same thing. I took a buy. I never said but. I said, okay, it's gonna go up, and it went up. Ooh. Oh yeah, we already looked at that. I let a runner running. What's this? I let a runner running on my latest trade, but it still had a TP and it's continued another 15 pips from there. Should a runner have no TP, just manage stop loss all the way down? Yeah, so those are two different ideas, Whether you can have a runner at break even and let it run, or the other idea is that you can just have a runner with a set take profit. So those are two different strategies. So either you leave a runner with a take profit and let it hit, or you leave a runner with no take profit. That's all up to you. I decided to close right here. I decided to close everything, and that was my plan. Some people held it all the way up there. They secured profits, like Kervin said, and then price retraced. So it is what it is. How do you deal with FOMO? I don't get FOMO. I just tell myself it is what it is. It's like people ask me how to deal with COVID-19. It is what it is. I just can't do anything about it. What happens a lot is that price hits stop loss, then bounces off that support, goes back up, put stop below support. Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea.
My magic keys won't turn on. It's a scam of a product.
Yeah, so if you want a refund, I'll send you the email right here. contact@magickeys.trade. Send an email there with your first and last name. We're going to look at it. We'll send you a label. You can use that label to ship the product back, and you'll get your refund. Simple.
I think that's funny. He was expecting you to blow up. You're like, hey, your money back. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't give a shit, man. Here's the email.
Someone else will take it.
Yeah, someone else will take it. People are so dumb. Would you mind checking this out? Yes. Oh, someone sent their first chart here today. GJ 30-minute, missed a buy, wait for a retest. Yeah, I think this is an area where it might do a retest here. This area right here, 131, right here, it might do a retest here. This could be a risky buy now, because it could come down, create support over here, and then start to go up. Because the thing is, now when you look left, this whole entire area, this is an area where price rejected before. So you would want a support formed right over here for price to continue going up. Oh, it's probably a troll. I think the moderators are doing a good job at controlling trolls. I think I should remove them as moderators. Maybe. What are you going to talk about on Saturday? You'll see. It's going to be a surprise for everybody. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, how are you? No, you had your hand raised, so I thought, like, you had
Oh
something.
no, it's by accident. I'll lower it.
Oh.
Back to the gulag.
We'll be looking for more sells if we break below, close below this area. We'll start looking for buys if we respect. Yeah, that's good. This is 30-minute. This is a 1 hour chart. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. I mean, if it starts, I mean, now what you may want to do is you may want to see if price starts creating a resistance, and then you can sell from there to continue down, rather than trying to sell at the bottom. Sir Minister, send your chart again. I'm going to look at it. Sir Minister. All right, what's this? GJ, 1 hour. Took a buy over here. Entry after bullish candle, 1 hour. Target is way up over there. Perfect. So you're looking for the whole move to get corrected. That looks good. I think you're missing out some key components. There's a area over here. There's an area over here. And your TP is way over there. So all I can say is looks good. Looks good, looks good. Raja, when and how you started to be rough? What? To be rough, focus on trading. I don't know. When I realized that there's a lot of money to be made here, I just started to get really, really serious. And the way you get serious is just being more patient, you know. GPNZD, I know a huge bull move, but free traffic right there and breaks below that consolidation. If retest proper bearish wick, it will drop here. Or what you can do is you can wait for a confirmation, because essentially it's just creating a minor resistance to continue down. You know, that's a good idea, because if you wait for a bearish candles form, you can have a good selling coming down. But if this candle closes back up in the range, then this move down would be a fake out. So see, now price is coming down, so this is where it might start making a support to keep going up. So now if you miss the buys, now you're here just waiting. Ooh, they're the hard retracement on US 30.
Yep, I got stopped out again. But it's coming back into that zone, so I assume that's just for the New York Open, and then we'll probably have continued push up.
Yeah. EuroCAD, waiting for 30 minutes. Yep, this looks good. Mac, he's like, anyone got charts? Can you explain or show how to add quarter points to the charts if possible? I don't know what quarter points are. So if you see candles reacting to support resistances on a 30-minute, as long as it breaks the previous high-low, you would take the trade. However, the 15-minute, that would not be sufficient. Yes, that's true. That is true. So I took a trade once the 15-minute started breaking the high. Not this kind of high, but like this right here at like 131,580. Because that would have been a much better confirmation and it started moving up. Worked. Are you still holding the runner? No. I got out at 131,700.
Going for the golden egg.
Yeah. Comfortably. Can you tell which dialect you speak? Your English is a bit confusing. I think you're from another English-speaking country where they speak another dialect. My dialect is fine. I speak the pack Canadian English mixed with a little bit of British.
I don't know what you call that. What do you call that?
Candle closed above, waiting for support to be formed. Perfect. You are waiting for the right moment for support to be formed to continue up. So now it's in this little range here. See how price rejected 131,860, 870 and came down here. So now this is in a range, you know. So now this is the difference, right? This right here, this was a 30 pip range. So in this 30 pip range, you know, caught like maybe 15 pips. This is a 12 pip range. This is a much smaller range than this range right here. So if you do take a buy here, I think then you'd be maybe aiming for like 131,950. I think it might not, I don't know. I think it'll be pretty risky. Did you sell GJ? No. How much percentage you make on monthly basis? I think like 20, 25. Hey guys, just a brief review about Magic Keys. Oh wow, okay. It's an amazing and well thought out product, but with very poor documentation. Oh, okay. Yeah, the only documentation you get is the troubleshooting guide. We're actually planning on to create some more like solid document with it. So what people can do is, this was actually a very good review. What you guys can do is, if you guys have Magic Keys, you can go over here, and then you go to reviews, and you can just place your review over here. You know, your honest opinion. These are pictures from the some of our people who bought Magic Keys. Yeah, this is the installation guide right here. Oh. Do you take vacations? You're a millionaire, but stream is always online. Do millionaires always go on vacations? No. Man, I think I'm not a millionaire, first of all, so that's why the stream is always online.
It's quarantine, dude. It's going to be holidays after.
Yeah. Where do you want me to go on vacation? It's funny because yesterday I was having a conversation with my wife and we're like, hey, you know, my birthday. So my birthday and our wedding anniversary is in the same month. It's like 4 or 5 days apart. And we're like, oh, hey, let's go on a vacation. But we're like, we can't now because everything's closed.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. We had planned to go to Spain or something. But
that'd be nice.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Not now.
Not now, no.
We were talking a similar thing, actually. We were planning something for after it all settles down and make the most of it, I think.
That's true.
We deserve it, man. I've been working harder now than I've ever.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Have a week off or something.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, when people talk about millionaires, isn't that like, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of work, and people just don't become millionaires because, like, you know, they don't work. They worked a lot, and when you become a millionaire because you really enjoy your work. You really love what you do. I really, really love the live streams. Man, Monty, you don't even know, man. I wake up, I'm like, man, let's go today. Let's get it.
Yeah, we had a good. Well, towards the end of the stream, it got a bit boring. There wasn't much going on. We had a similar discussion, and we would, you know, we enjoy it. It's the whole, you know, it's exciting in the morning. You get up, there's a reason, you know. So much better than sitting there by yourself as well.
Yeah, it's so much fun, you know. Like, I mean, I really enjoy it.
There's always one question or something that's interesting, or you always get one, or something that makes you laugh. As well. It's always
Yeah.
interesting.
After a fake out on 30-minute, is a close back in the range on 15-minute enough for confirmation? No, it didn't close back in the range. It's closed above the range. This is the first time I've seen you. I think you're Canadian. Yes, I'm basically from Pakistan, and then I came to Canada. I want to start Forex from South Africa. Where should I start? I think you should start with babypips.com. I started from babypips.com. Can you please check GPUSD? You need to send a chart. Hello Raja, can you check this chart, please? Let's check out this chart. S&P X 500 waiting for support to be formed. Stops will be under this candle. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. I think it's already forming some sort of support over here to continue moving up. You know, this could be a good idea, kind of like what's happening over here. You know, so it's good. I think you have a clean candle here, and it could continue moving up. But at the same time, we have news coming on now for the US dollar. We have news coming on now. So see, we had a clean trade moving up, and now we're slowly approaching the boss. The boss is coming. In the game of trading, the boss is on his way right now in 12 minutes. Why do some people recommend that you don't join brokers based overseas? I don't know. It's like people have different opinions, you know. I am with a broker that's overseas. It's all the way in Australia. Do you use temporal cycles? I don't know what they are. Hello, when you put buy stop in the top of the candle or the top of the wick, I had a buy stop at 131,580, so it was above the candle and above. I mean, it's the same thing if you have it. If you say above the candle, that means above the wick, because the wick is a part of the candle. Did you meet your wife before or after Forex? It was before. It was before Forex. So together we've been through some really tough times, and now we're in very good times. Can you tell me the secret to success in Forex? Yes, patience. One or two trades a day. I took one trade. I won the trade, and that's it. That is it. I'm done. How do we get in on the Zoom? Yes, you need to be a student. Do you use IC markets? No. GU buy analysis. All right. You're still working? Yes, I work every day. I work every day. I have a lot of things going. Like so far, I'm mostly focused on. Wait, let me just look at this chart. Wafer break and retest, TP near stronger zone, weekly previous tweezer bottom, reversing. Yeah, I mean, you're looking for buys. I mean, I think you missed the initial buys here. And then you're looking for more buys. Yeah, makes sense. You'll have to wait for candle confirmations. I'm basically mostly focused on magic keys right now. We have really went. I think on Instagram, so far Magic Keys has been selling through word of mouth so far. It's all word of mouth, and we've only infiltrated Instagram. We haven't infiltrated like our next goal is to infiltrate YouTube, Forex Factory forums, and those type of things, because I think a lot of people can gain. Like, I mean, this is, man, honestly, Magic Keys has really made trading like robust, I'd say. robust. Because sometimes, when you're moving your mouse and you're trying to move the thing there, just you miss some pips, you miss some moves, or it gets too slow. With Magic Keys, it's just like you press a button and it's done. So easy. What happened to your mixer? We left. We came to YouTube. We came to YouTube because on Mixer wasn't open for a lot of countries, so YouTube was. So we came to YouTube. Oh, let's take a look at this chart. Actually, let's take a look at gold as well. Gold is at 1709.
Yeah, kind of did a little push up when GDO was doing its thing.
Ooh, wow, it did break up. Yeah, someone was in buys on gold. Very nice. You held it.
It could go a lot more yet. Sorry. I was going to
Yeah.
say 13 could well be a target if it pushes past here.
Well, I guess you spoke too soon.
Was it done? Oh, yeah. There you go. It's got to keep going though. There's a couple of bits to the left that could cause it a problem.
Yeah. Like once it crosses this 1710 area, then it's heading to 13 and 14.
Yeah.
Entry after the 15-minute candle closed bearish, TP hit, stops to break even, got stopped out, but still made overall gain. Perfect. Beautiful. What you're going to notice is that when you have runners, your runners, most of the time they will get stopped out, your runners. But then there will be sometimes, they will keep on running, like right over here, it kept on running. And Kervin, when price came up here, man, Kervin said, now is the time to close your positions.
It might.
Secure your positions.
Nah, you did.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, man.
How come we can't see Kervin here?
He's on there. He's just not got his video on.
Oh, it's only us.
I'm too ugly to be in camera.
I don't know, if you were ugly, you wouldn't have kids. So I think you're good in that department.
Yeah, he's got a lot of kids.
Sure, what up, mate?
Oh. Where do we sign up for the intake? Well, when you're ready, you will know. You are promoting Trader Central Funds. What's the difference between FT Mon? Okay, yeah. So I was promoting Trader Central Fund. I promoted them for a month and a half. They also paid for advertisement on the YouTube channel. They paid me around like $300 for me to have them advertised here. And then I started thinking like, if these Trader Central Fund, they're like two guys in Vancouver, and they're giving away, like $50,000 accounts, $100,000 accounts. So I started thinking, where are they getting all these hundreds of thousands of dollars? That's what I started thinking, and then I started asking them questions. I'm like, what's going on here? How are you getting these hundreds and thousands of dollars? Like, it's good you guys pay people out. That's amazing. That works. But like, from where is it coming from? And they said, oh yeah, we had investors. I'm like, okay, well, if you have investors, what kind of an investor is giving access to somebody for hundreds and thousands of dollars by just paying $300? That doesn't make any sense to me. Then they're like, oh yeah, no, that's why we have risk limits. Then I'm like, okay, well, this just seems like you're playing with the greed of people. Like if you're a new trader and if you think actually, I started with a $500 account, when I first started, and over the course of years, I grew it to much, much more. Obviously, I lost in the middle, but eventually I grew it. So then I said, well, that means you're just preying on people who want to trade big money, but they can't trade. I mean, it's a business, but the business is built on unethical values that, okay, because I personally know some people who have spent who spent $1,200, like $600 each for the challenge. They didn't pass it, and I said, why? They're like, oh yeah, I just started trading a month ago and I thought this would be a good idea. So I think there's some sort of a ethics code that wasn't being passed in my mind. I couldn't grip that aspect. Like, where's these hundreds of thousands coming from. Like, you guys don't have any finance backgrounds. You guys don't. You guys are not trust fund babies. Is this on a B booked platform? Is this, you know, who
My
knows?
my biggest concern is if you went to the bank and you asked to borrow money and said I was borrowing money to trade, they would laugh at you. And this is the exact same situation, that you've basically showed 2 months of results and now someone's giving you money to trade. Who in their right mind as an investor would do that? Because essentially, as an investor, your business model is putting your money into smart investments. How would you get financing from an investor for this? That's what my question would be. What venture capital firm would take this risk when knowing 90% of people in the industry fail and 90% of people that pass that 2-month demo challenge fail as well? That's my only question. And that's the only, if they could answer that and say, hey, we have a venture capital firm, and this is they take full on risk, that would be very interesting, because I don't know how they would get seed money, because eventually it would just drain. There would be no profitability.
Yeah.
That's my only question, is where are they getting the capital from to fund this? Because 90% of retail traders lose, and the parameters that they provided is a 2-month demo challenge. And then my next my next item is the fact that why can't people just submit qualifications that match up with their information on a demo account, have them review it, and have them approve? Let me give you my account. I'll show you 2.5 years, 3 years of a track record on the same account. Give me $1 million to trade with. I'll trade. Why not? That's, I mean, my stats are probably better than most of the people that have passed that challenge. I just, like I said, I mean, you know what? People are entitled to it. If they succeed and people are getting paid, hey, that's good. I just haven't seen anyone show me that around my circle that have said, hey, I've gotten money. Everything says pending.
So this question here. So the question is how to maximize your profit. Well, that's something you have to, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you had your take profit here. You closed your take profit. I think you should have left a runner running. If you would have had a runner running, that maybe came down to here. You know, so now when you look at this move, now you decide that, okay, where could I have closed at like a better profit? You know, maybe you could say, well, maybe I could have closed when this candle closed bullish or something, you know, it based on how you took the trade and based on how you exited and based on how you planned it. So yeah, let's see if they accept our invitation to come on the live stream. I think it's gonna be a wonderful discussion, and I think it's gonna be awesome. Waited for 30 minutes to close above the yellow line. Price respected previous low. TP over here. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. 1709. You had TP, and it's at 1710. Guys, if you are new, be patient when you trade. It's very critical to your well-being. I'm new, but I learned something valuable from Anton Creel. Yes. He actually says to wait. You contacted FTMO to come on? No, they contacted me. And then I invited them to the live streams. I don't contact people, they contact me. It's not a cocky statement, it happened. They contacted me. For what are you waiting to buy GJ? Nothing really. So see this 15-minute candle, it closed above this area, but it closed bullish. A weak bullish candle. 30-minute also closed bearish, so there's no buys right now. News just came on, PPI for the US dollar, and nothing really happened here. So for GJ, if you're looking for buys, you want a support to be formed at this level. You know, like you want the candle to close bullish. All right, AUD New Zealand. I think you need to send a chart on AUD New Zealand. Let's see here. Thoughts on BSA PPSFX? Oh, I don't know any clowns. I don't know who that is. Why trading isn't taught in school? Because it's not for children. You know, like trading is very hard, you know, and it's hard because you have to deal with yourself. You have to deal with psychology. You have to deal with a lot of emotional aspects around trading. You know, like since price is moving down, guys, so you know it's time to sell, or price is moving up, it's time to buy. But essentially, you just have to wait. You have to wait for candles to print the way you want them to print, and then you're gonna have a much better time. Take a look at gold. Yeah, I think gold is on its way towards 1712, 1713.
Maybe so.
Shakira sent an analysis on gold. We have Shakira in the building. Price ranging in the zone 1704, 1710, waiting for price to break and recess to buy to 1715, nearest resistance. Yeah, it looks good. This looks good. You have clean candles, and that might be the next target there. Are you going to take any more trades today? No, I'm done trading. I took one buy from 131,590, closed at like 131,700.
You're going on holiday.
Yeah, planning a holiday. If the trade moved up to 10 pips and took some TP off and let runner, and what if it hit break even and then it went to 45 pips? Should we move break even immediately after 10 pips? That's up to you. That's what you have to figure out what you're going to do. Because there have been times where price has moved up 10, 15 pips and I've secured 10, 15 pips. I've left a runner running. Then price has came down, hit my stops at break even, and then continued moving up for more like 40, 50 pips. And to that I say, well, it is what it is. You can't really change it, can't really do anything about it. Better luck next time. This time I closed my runner early at 131,700, and then after that price moved 20 pips more, and I was like, I knew it's going to move up more, and I also knew that, okay, I should probably secure my positions here too. So when you close positions, you're closing knowing it can go furthermore or it can go against you. That's what you're doing when you're closing positions. When you're entering a position, you're entering a position knowing where your stop is going to be, knowing where your destination is going to be. These two things you should know whenever you enter a position. Most people enter a trade, then they're like, oh, where's my stop loss, man? Where's my take profit? What should I do now?
A to B, man. A to B.
Yeah. It's like when you've never handled it's like let's talk about, let's see, a lion. Let's say you go to someone's house and you've never handled a lion, and someone gives you a chain of a lion, and you're like, oh yeah, I can do it. And when you hold the chain, you're like, what do I do now? What do I do now? It's kind of like when we first had a dog. Our first dog was this 2-year-old German Shepherd, and those are pretty big dogs. And I was just like, holy shit, what do I do now? So like when you enter a trade, you should know exactly where your entry and exits are going to be. I don't think that was a good example, but you get my drift.
Perfect. Okay, so we got someone just DM'd me on IG, and it said your FTMO account is a demo account which is connected to our funding partners trading account with real capital. That is where we generate real profits. Luckily enough, the fact that your FTMO account is technically a demo account, it gives you greater benefits as you avoid the administration and lengthy process of obtaining a money manager license. So right away at that point, I think that should be red flags. Why are you trying to avoid the lengthy administration of obtaining a money manager license? What are we concealing? So I think when you start to look at things like that, I mean, people are going off in the chat, and I don't disagree with a lot of people. There are going to be people that are going to make money. Bernie Madoff made a lot of people a lot of money. As long as the cycle keeps going and the wheel keeps turning, there's more money being generated than being put out. They will always make money. But once again, the question that Raja had and I had was, where's the money coming from? And who is this investor that is giving people money to trade after 2 months of demo? And that is the issue. There's nothing wrong with the business model because they're making money. But then is it what they're doing ethical and make sense for people in the long term? Right? And of course I would do the same thing because it makes money. Doesn't mean it's right. And at the same time, I mean, it just seems like there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. That was all. People are just worried about that, and we were just asking the tougher questions. That was all. If you're going to make money on this challenge and you get paid, there's no issue with getting paid. But where is that money coming from? That is the question.
I think the reason I raised that question is because I already have money to trade with. So I asked that question. If I didn't have money to trade with, then I'd be like, oh, well, I'm getting paid anyway. Like, it's that different perspectives. A different, like if some people we have here in the chat who trade on their own and they have their own money they trade with, they would ask the same question. They're like, okay, well, where is it coming from? But if you are really looking for funding, you wouldn't ask that question. We're not saying that they don't pay, they pay people out. That's true, but there's a different question, and to that I can't really grasp my head around. So
In addition, if they are getting money from other proceeds, where are the anti-money laundering rules? Where is their anti-money laundering page on their website? Because they're dealing with money. Anywhere you're dealing with money, you have to provide anti-money laundering information, and they're not doing that. So if you are trading money from illicit proceeds, you're in trouble as well, right? So it's just something to think of.
yeah, I was talking to Paul, and Paul showed me his screen from MetaTrader, and he's like, it has a real tag, but when you look at the server has like the demo tag. So it seems like the money they're paying out is from the subscriptions they get from people. So, but
It's a
hey,
tough one, isn't it? It's a tough
yeah,
one. Like you said, until there's a lot more answers as such, it's always going to be questions. Right?
until a representative doesn't come on here and clear it, there will be assumptions everywhere.
This is the best place, right? Because you're talking
Yeah,
to that audience and you can
yeah, because
explain it properly and say, oh, this is how this works, this is how this works, and then you're probably going to gain a hell of a lot of clients, right?
yeah, because the thing is, like, we have 1,800 people here. Half of them think that it's perfect, it works. Then half of them have the same questions we do,
Mhm.
right? So I just don't know. I agree with everything. They pay people, it's legit, it works. At first I disagreed, but then I said, okay, like, you know what, it works. But then the questions are still there, right? What's this? Short on GJ. Ooh, entered at break of the previous candle on the 15-minute. Clean candles to the left. Yeah, I think it's gonna work out here for you. I think overall it's bearish overall. Like if you look on the weekly, I think the weekly is gonna continue down to 136.70 to fill the wick. You just need to respect this area to come back in the range. Um, are you getting FTMO person? Yeah, they messaged me and then I replied back. I invited them to the stream and they didn't reply back. They saw the message and didn't reply back. So it's like a discussion. Um, Kerman looks like me 2 years ago. EU cells. What do you think about this? Let's take a look here. EU cells. Ooh, look at this. Um, See, I think instead of a sell, I think a better opportunity is going to be if you wait for price to create a support and then take a buy. I think that's going to be a much better trade you can get. Because right now what has happened is price has made a high over here. Price has made a high, you know, and now it's starting to come down. So you want it to create some sort of a support to continue to go up. That's the thing. And like another thing that really put me off about the way their marketing is working, like they've endorsed a lot of marketers. That's what they've done. They've endorsed a lot of marketers, and like I mean these marketers, they have no results either. They haven't shown any trades, they haven't shown any charts, they haven't shown any withdrawals. So I don't know. And these marketers are getting kickbacks from affiliates. And, I may be wrong because we don't have any spokesperson here, so it kind of feels unfair. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You're marketing them for free. Oh, that's fine. I mean, I don't get anything from it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, people always worry that we're marketing other people. I don't really care. I make my own money. I can market anybody. Guys, go to Lamborghini dealerships. Go buy Swanson's chicken dinners. I eat them all the time. They're great. Go eat Hungry Man dinners. You know, go ahead. That's fine.
I'm going to be advertising McDonald's soon because that's reopening.
Yeah.
Coffee in the morning.
Yeah, I eat a Big Mac for lunch. It helps me trade.
Yep.
Lambo Rao, he didn't provide a withdrawal proof. He just said it was on the way.
Gold did well, by the way. Just for those watching that level we were saying about.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I think anything we say, the answer people give is like, oh, this guy did withdraw. We know that it has happened. We know the withdrawals have been done. We know that. So it still doesn't answer the question. I think the analysis is very weak for some people because we know it was done. Anyway, it's going to be left for Saturday. In my opinion.
You're not touching that.
In my opinion, episode 1.
Yeah, I mean, I want. Can I be a guest on that too? Because I mean, it's just like people don't understand. It's not that people aren't getting paid. It's where is that money coming from, right? If you have 20 losers and 1 winner, the 20 losers pay for that 1 winner. Like, look, guys, just do the math. You know what? We can all open up these processes, and suddenly they come up. They've been open for 2 years, and suddenly now they've gotten steam. Yeah, because they have the money to start paying people out.
My question is, why do you guys care? I care because I have a lot of time on my hands. So I think I look into a lot of things, and because the only reason because I have a lot of time on my hands, and it's interesting what's happening in my industry because this is my industry, Forex.
That's right.
Forex trading, education, prop firms. It's right up my alley, and I want to know what's happening in my neighborhood. You know.
And they started in July of 2018. You can go look up their corporate paperwork in Prague. We did all the background checks. Like, holy cow. Like, people think that I just talk off the top of my head. I did so much research. I got people to do research on research. Like, you know, we know everything about everybody.
Yeah, look about.
You know, it's just.
Yeah, so this is what happens, you know, when there's no trades to take. Ooh, US 30 fell.
All right. I'm gonna call it a day, guys. Bye. See you.
Oh, well.
Thank you so much for
Good
stopping
luck.
by.
Hey, Mac, be safe.
This goes back to the age-old saying, and I remember my dad told me this when I started one of my ventures that failed pretty drastically. He said, "There's no easy money," and it's true. Wherever you go, if you look at all the algos, we have seen time and time again, algos have failed. AstroFX had an algo that failed, lost millions. Manny G has started a lot of algos those failed. What's next? Anthony and Q Banks, they started algo tech that didn't run as they hoped. You know, quick money schemes don't work. They just literally don't work. Like in the long run, they don't work at all.
You need that longevity, right?
You need that longevity. The only thing works is when you put in your own honest work. Trust me. So the algo I use is called Raja Banks. So Raja Banks gets activated at 6:30. By 8:30, Raja Banks is deactivated.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then Detective Rakeel comes in.
You have algo eyes.
Yeah. See, guys are saying now algo tech was a waste of money many months ago. People need to be sure enough to take the challenge. Anyone with 1 month time trading challenge, it's like people putting money into live account. It's their fault. Yes. Christian Altebel gave a very educated response. He's like, people need to be experienced enough to do these challenges.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, some businesses are built on the laziness of some people, and some are built on, you know, the greed of some people, and
Yeah, I was just gonna say greed here.
yeah, and they work. I specifically know someone who said that they don't have enough money to get any sort of education on Forex. And they messaged me 2 days ago. They said, hey, they tried the challenge 2 times. They paid 450 times each, and it didn't work out. And I'm like, why? He's like, oh, because I had a chance of getting a $100,000 account. I'm like, but you could have used that to educate yourself and then do the challenge. He's like, yeah, but I really wanted $100,000. I'm like, so I don't know. All right, let's take a look here. This chart is GJ 15 minute, same game again. So you're looking for buys here again. Interesting. I don't know if it's going to be the same game again because now it's basically closing below this resistance, right? So yeah, it's closing below this resistance. So you'll have to wait. I think you could see a sell if it closes below this resistance and indicating this move up was a fake out, but you really need to wait for this candle to close, this 30-minute candle to close. Looking at it on the 15-minute time frame, if the 15-minute candle starts breaking the high of the previous one, then there's a chance, a slight small chance, price might continue moving bullish. So this analysis here, it gets very difficult as compared to the analysis we had over here. This was really easy analysis, you know, price went down from support, come up, take profit, done. Here it gets really tricky because if the candle closes below resistance here, then it might continue down, but you know, it's very hard analysis. My friend was telling me about this. I don't know. It's sweet if someone's selling you. See, yeah, the FX is still here. Yeah, he's still active in our groups. He's here. Had a had time. I joined Zoom today. Seems a lot of different. Besides you and Ted, no one can talk. That's true. Also, I can't see other people in the live. Is my Zoom having problems, or you made it like this? Oh, can attendees see other people? I think they can, right?
I think so.
I think they can.
Yeah, you just scroll between panelists and attendees.
Oh no, you're the panelist, so you can see that.
Oh.
Okay, let's put Monty in the attendee and let's see if.
Oh no.
Oh.
Going back to the gulag. Surviving there.
All right, Monty. So you have to see if you can see other people, other attendees, and we're gonna bring you back.
I'm gonna save you.
We're gonna buy you back.
We're gonna buy you back, yeah.
I don't want to buy them back. I want to get a balloon.
I want a self-revival kit.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring Monty back. All right, Monty. So what's your experience?
The experience was I could see everything. I wasn't keen on Ted's comment.
So
Not
can
buying
you?
me back.
So can you see?
Yes, I could see Kerwin. I could see that where the video stuff is, and I could also see the chat.
Can you
typed in the chat?
Can you see the other attendees?
Yes, it's in the chat side. I can see all the chat people. Yeah.
No, but like, can you see the list of attendees? Well, now you can.
failed. You
You
failed.
failed,
No,
man.
I said it. I
Go
didn't know what I
back.
was looking for.
Let's go
I thought you were looking at the video.
I will send you there again.
Send me back.
You're gonna go back.
Someone
Like,
snipe him. Someone snipe him.
I will send you back there.
oh my god.
Now you got to see if you can see the names of other attendees. All right.
Mission is done. You're going back.
Oh, I'm muted now. I'm back now. No, I can't see the participants in there.
Oh, okay.
Only in here. But I think if you type into a specific person, you still can. I think can you do the @ thing and then type to them?
No, I don't think so. But you can read the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can read the chat. Major rejection.
Sorry.
Yeah, looking for a sell. Yeah, GPAUD it broke that major support. Where is it? I had it marked out. Yeah, it's at that major support here. Really needs to break it and then continue down. Yeah, I think the daily, I think it will continue moving bearish. You see this 30-minute candle is about to close. It's closing below the candles to the left. You know, so this makes now higher probability for the next candle to respect the high over here and next one to continue moving down. That makes sense. If it closes bearish, if it closes below this area here. So see, GJ is also moving bearish, is closing below this resistance, which increases its chance to continue moving down. Bro, Raja, did you watch Mark Douglas, How to Think Like a Professional Trader? No. If you come here and want to stream every single day, you will learn and make money risk-free. Yes, that's true. We made money today, risk-free for everybody. It was a free trade.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. 3 signals this morning too.
Yeah.
Good day.
Literally this morning, I was up at 2:30 a.m. and I went to bed around 5:15, something like that, because I didn't see anything happen on GG other than finessing on gold.
Yeah.
Because I was watching your stream on YouTube, because I like YouTube because I can listen to the music, you know.
Yep.
So basically, and then I woke up around 5:45. And you were like screaming that the GJ was in profit.
It flew. Man.
It
was a very similar play to what we did in New York, as like on the 15.
Yeah.
We got above a certain level. It wasn't the cleanest entries, but if you can manufacture it a little bit, it worked out well. Yeah, it was nice.
That's beautiful.
Took a sell once price pushed past previous candle. Yeah, it looks good. This looks good. You have the 30-minute candle closing bearish, so now maybe your stop is going to be at like 131.790, and you can expect price to continue down to 131.450. What does it mean when a candle has no bottom wick or top wick? There's no range. USD CAD buy is played out perfect. Yeah, I think I saw that chart earlier. Nice. 30 minutes starts closing bullish. At support, matches up to the left. Perfect. It did play out. Ooh, 20 pips. Hard to find an entry on gold. Gold, I have stopped trading gold for a while now. I think your entry was right over here when it started breaking out. I mean, it was pretty difficult. Yeah, I think on the 15-minute you could have had an entry. Once the 15-minute started breaking the high of the previous 15-minute candle. You know, it's kind of like what's happening right over here. This is the new hour forming. How much percentage of your account do you risk per trade? I go by dollars now. I like on this buy I was risking around $850 on this trade. Continued up. So that was good.
But you know that every setup is different. So some setups you can risk more. Some setups you don't want to risk.
Yeah, it's that confidence, right?
Yeah. So to me, all depends on the setup.
Ooh, wow, look at that. See, the same thing happened on gold again now.
Holy moly.
Big jump.
Yeah. See, these things you start noticing. Like it's the same thing that happened over here. Once 15-minute broke the high, it went up. Same thing happened here. 15-minute broke the high and it went up. If you say but, then you can't take a trade. So gold is really hard to trade these days because you're taking impulsive entries on gold. It's really hard to trade. Raja Banks will own all market share of Forex education in 2020. Yeah, that's my goal, you know. But see, now this is also coming down since we closed below here. So trading is not hard. You just have to wait for candles to close and for confirmations. But eventually, I do think GJ is going to continue down towards 131. It needs to go to 131. 131 is the weekly wick fill right down. Actually, 131 is before the weekly wick fill, but like 131 seemed like a good target here for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could go to like 138.78.
Right, on that note, gentlemen, I'm going to go, or ladies, I'm going to go make a move. Good
All
afternoon.
right.
Thank you very much. I'll see you all later.
Hey, mate.
Take care. Take care.
After the gulag, I need a shower, so
Yeah.
I'll see you all later.
All right, man.
Cheers, man.
This is GJ. Buy if it comes higher. Sells below here. Looks good. Looks good. Sells below there. Wow. Very nice day we had today. See, now this should continue moving down. The 4-hour candle also closed. 4-hour candle closed. Previous one bullish. Closed below resistance there. 1 hour also, it closed below resistance. It's just stuck in this range here. We have bearish momentum. If this 1-hour candle closes below 131.450, is a high chance it's going to come towards 131.280. And then I think there's going to be another high chance for it to continue moving down. Raja, can you point out an example of a new high created that was tested or a low, please? Yes, so this was an example here. When price went up, created a high, it came down. I came through the charts around this time, waited for a confirmation. Once price broke this area here, it started to move up. It started to move up, so basically it created a low over here. Once price came down here and it closed below resistance, on the 30-minute, close below resistance. You look left, you had clean candles moving up. So then there was a very high chance price will continue down to retest this low. Because this 30-minute candle also closed below this resistance like we were talking about earlier. So, like a low is now, if this candle is now moving down, and if you want to see if this will create a low or not, a low is going to be created once you have a bullish candle forming and going up, then you will say, oh, a low has been created down there.
And this is so messed up. Powell just came out with the current economic issues comment 1 or 2 minutes ago.
Oh.
Why in the world they bring this news at this time? It's fishy, to be honest.
Yeah. Powell. But it's good because you see that thing lined up perfectly with technical analysis here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit, I just got wrecked. I closed custom right before my partial profit line and it hit my partial profit line and completely crapped on my runner. Oh, nice. Someone took 10 pips on GJ here. 1 hour created support. Oh, you mean resistance? You took sells. Perfect. Bro, I see nothing about the 17th. Yes. If you see nothing about the 17th, then it means you're not ready. I told you guys to sell GU after a 30 pip drawdown. Yeah, I think it was a pretty good day here. Ooh, wow. US 30 just dropped. That area did hold as potential rejection area.
Yep. That's a good part about waiting, right? Because we said I entered in here, I got stopped out again over here, but then after that it was downtown. It's interesting because the Fed news drove this down, but the overall sentiment for the market is still up. So it'll be interesting to see if this move corrects. That's something that now part of my testing with US 30 will be how did this news that was basically planned news, right, impact, but then does it have the same reaction to similar to currencies? Now, will the equity market just ignore this and drive the market back up once we hit like this support over here?
Yeah.
Right? Because these are impulse moves now, but this impulse move is based on the state of the economy, but the US pre-market data is still positive.
Man, this sell on GJ ran so nice.
Yeah.
See, I don't think that data really matters in like the time frames we look at. Because even if the overall data is positive, it still does what it wants in the smaller time frames.
Right, but the idea would be if the data is positive, I wouldn't be looking for sells, right? I'd be looking for buys each time. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like I wouldn't want to sell this market with positive equity market, right? So I would be buying here to go back up to here and then hoping that this breaks. Like I
Hmm.
wouldn't try to take sells because I wouldn't know where the sells are going to drop to it in that sense. That's what I'm trying to get at. Right? If the equity market turns red and this is red, then that's a perfect sell. Right now, I see a conflict. That's all.
Yeah, this is quick question. Every time I press a buy on GJ, I always get stopped out, and when I put sell, I get stopped out when the candle forming. I think you're hitting a buy when candle is dropping, and you're hitting a sell when candle is moving up. Uh-oh, hey Ted, 131 is coming here.
Oh,
I was
nice.
about to tell you that
We're gonna get 131 here today.
if we break that 200 area,
Yeah.
man, it's gonna be a massive drop.
Yeah, I entered a sell at 551, 131, 551, and then I closed at like 10, 12 pips, but now
Very
it's at the
nice.
strong support. Wow, I was truly fluid today.
Wow, we could have double dipped that move from yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna dump. What's 30 more pips for GJ? Hey, Raja. Yeah, you missed the next part after Hey, Raja. Nice. Good morning, Uncle Ted and Raja and Monty. Oh, nicely done here. US 30. Very nice. I think I might change Zoom to the normal way it was before. Yeah, because it doesn't make sense to pay $250 a month for the same things we can do with the normal Zoom. But everyone will still be on mute. Some people are getting happy.
Oh, so that's not changing at all?
No, no.
Oh,
Because I've gotten a lot of feedback, and the feedback has been that the quality of the stream has increased, quality of audio has also increased, and it's a much better listening environment. Ooh, someone donated $2. Thank you, thank you. First time watching this. Anybody got some good results? This channel any good? Yeah. So this morning I basically told everyone to take a buy on GJ, and they took a buy around 131,580, and it ran all the way up to 131,900. So it was a great success. It was a great success. What?
Okay, so now US 30, the futures market is shifting. So I would potentially expect a sell-off at this point. And the way we're rejecting the daily, there could be a possible sell-off. So if you do see a drop over here, below here, that's what I'm looking for. The next candle to have that upper wick to drive down. Future markets are tanking very fast. We've lost a lot of points right now. We're going into the red. So expect
Ooh.
now it starts to line up. So we're getting negative data coming in. So that's going to potentially make it drop now. And gold has flown up, so that does correlate. So it's pretty good. Everything's gold finally broke out of that range for the last like 4 days. Where do you check futures? You Google future pre-market data. That's what you could have typed into Google instead of asking the question on the chat.
Might need an investment advisor license for that. No, not really, because over here, this is an educational stream. Because I don't show a terminal, I don't show anything. I just show a proprietary, like a public website, and that's it. I just show that. I'm not showing any money, I'm not showing any terminal, anything like that, because I know those are issues, which needed to be taken care of before I do that. So that's why we only do this. How work the market equity when gold and US 30 move in opposite direction?
Supposed to be.
Yeah, because one moves against the other.
In the the same direction, we have a problem.
All right, everybody, I'm gonna head off. My time to shine has ended.
Okay, Raja. Quick question, Ted, before you go. Are you looking for sales around 9:30 a.m. on Dow
Yes.
Jones?
Yep.
All right,
I'll be hunting
perfect.
that.
Okay, me too.
Take care.
So be safe. Okay.
All right, take care. Bye bye.
All right. Korea.